In this video, we're going to cover the Activity Chart tab. Activity Charts is a great way to pattern animal movements. It creates charts based off of time of day and weather information, so you'll know when and where to hunt. To find the Activity Charts, hit the menu at the top left and click on Activity Chart tab. The first thing you'll see here is the Activity Charts based off of best times. So in green at the top, you'll see the best time to hunt deer. In yellow, you'll see the best time to hunt hogs. And in brown at the bottom, you'll see the best time to hunt turkeys. Now these charts are based off of the first camera in your account, listed in alphabetical order. At the bottom, you'll see day. Now the next charts here are our daily and monthly charts. As you can see in the first chart there, we haven't had any activity on this camera in the last 10 days. But you'll see here in our bottom monthly chart, our deer activity from December all the way to September. Again, these charts are just created based off of our deer category. We can change this later in our filter at the top right. We'll show you how to do this in a moment. Our next list of charts here are our weather charts. At the top you can see our deer activity by temperature. The next is wind direction, wind speed, moon phase, and barometric pressure. These charts are great to look at when planning a hunt. You can see the best wind direction to hunt this stand at, the wind speeds, the temperatures, and more, and plan your hunt out. Finally, we have our summary charts here at the bottom right. This is based off of all our cameras and all our pictures. So at the top you'll see our total amount of images, and then it also gives you the amount of deer images, and then it gives you a percentage of deer, hog, turkey, and other images in this chart. At the bottom it gives you the amount of activity based off of each individual camera. So in the green it indicates deer, the yellow is hog, the brown is turkey, and the gray is other. Now let me show you how to filter these charts. At the top right, hit the filter button. As you can see, behind the barn is our first camera in our list because it starts with the letter B. It is in alphabetical order, so that is our first camera. We can change cameras by tapping on it and selecting the camera we'd like to create charts by. At the bottom, if you scroll down, you'll see your camera groups. In our last video, we learned about camera groups and how to create them, so if you're interested in that, please check it out. Let's select the camera and let HuntControl create charts based off of that camera. So you hit done, you'll see our charts have updated. You can see it updated by day, and it updated our weather charts as well. Next, let me show you how to filter by category. So hit the filter button at the top right, and below the camera selection, you'll see where we can select a target. By default, it's set to deer, but let's click on deer and change it to hog. Now hit done. Now we'll see all our activity charts based off of hog movements. So as you can see, with the west wind is when we see in the most hogs, around 40 degrees, when the wind is about 6 miles per hour. And you can also see your daily and monthly hog movements. Next, I'll show you how to filter by a tag. So hit the filter button at the top right, and in the selected tag section, click on all, and select the tag you'd like to create an activity chart for. If you want to learn all about tagging an animal, please watch this video at the top right. In this example, we'll use freak accident. Now in this case, I know freak accident is a deer, so we need to select our target back to a deer. And then you can also select the camera at which freak accident shows up at the most. If freak accident shows up on multiple cameras, you can create a group of those cameras, and then you can create activity charts based off of that group. So for instance, I know freak accident shows up in our group Clinton, so let's select that group and hit done. Now you can see freak accident's patterns based off of temperature, wind direction, wind speed, moon phase, and barometric pressure. One of my favorite charts here is our wind direction chart. So as you can see, freak accident doesn't like to show up with an east or west wind, but he does show up a good bit with a north and south wind. Finally, let me show you how to filter activity charts based off of a date range. Hit the filter button at the top right. Let's go ahead and set our tag back to all. And below the tag selection, you'll see your choose a date. So the best part of using choose a date is that you're using more recent data. Instead of gathering data from ever since that camera's been out, you can select a range between 1 month, 2 weeks, or you can create a custom range. So by default it's set to all, but you can click on 1 month to look at the last month's data and create charts based off of that. You can use 2 weeks, or let me show you how to create a custom range. So click on the empty space there to the left, and we can go back and choose our date range. For this example, we'll just use the last week. So you select your first date, hit done, and by default it uses today's date, but you can also select a different date to range by. And when you're done creating your date range, click done at the top right. So now we're looking at the activity charts based off of the date range we chose. So take advantage of HuntControl and the activity charts it creates to pattern your deer or that specific buck that you're after.